Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hello, it's SorcererDave, and this is an update video because we've got a few things to talk about here and there. So let's get on with it. Without further ado, I'd like to keep this relatively quick because I am suffering with a mouth ulcer at the minute, which is making talking in general kind of painful. Yeah, it's annoying. Why did the designers of the human race see fit to bless us with things like this? I don't know. It's very annoying, but anyway. First things first. Yes, let's address the elephant in the room, shall we? Coronavirus is a thing. As for how it's affecting me personally, well, the country I live in, the UK, obviously, in case it wasn't obvious from my accent, went on lockdown yesterday. Well, I think it started today, but whatever. Not allowed outside of one's house unless it is to buy essential foodstuffs and shopping, to exercise once a day, or to do anything else like medical related or anything like that. So aside from that, you're just not allowed to leave the house at all whatsoever in the entire country. That doesn't affect me an awful lot, admittedly. I'm sort of heading into this crisis relatively alright, because I'm fortunate enough to have a job that means I normally work from home anyway, so, you know, not much is really changing for me. The only real difference at my end is the fact that I'm not working alone at home anymore, because everyone else is home, and it's driving me a little bit up the wall, because I can't get any peace and quiet now, but, you know, we all have to make little sacrifices in this time of, well, in this strange time that we find ourselves, I guess. Hey, there it is. We're not exactly being asked to storm the beaches of Normandy here, are we? We're being told to stay at home and watch Netflix, and I'm sure we can all probably just about manage that. Anyway, so essentially what I'm saying is not a lot is actually going to be changing at my end. I will still be doing videos, I will still be doing live streams. As far as the streams are concerned, I have started doing it already a bit, but I'm sure I'll be doing a lot more now that, you know, this whole official lockdown thing's happened. But I've been streaming during the daytime as opposed to during the evenings more often these days, in the afternoons rather than the evenings. Because, well, there's so many people stuck at home in the afternoon now. So I've kind of been doing that. The random days as well, I'm trying to stream pretty much as often as I actually can at the moment to try and give folks some entertainment of some sort or another. You know, whatever I can do. Random games as well. We streamed previously some Panzer Corps 2, which just came out recently, and I've been streaming my way through another playthrough of Halo now that the Anniversary Edition's out on PC, etc., etc. Just random whatever stuff, really. So that's a thing. It's usually during the day. Normally I start in the evenings, but now I've switched to doing it during the day and the afternoon. As for YouTube videos and stuff, well, the one big thing that is going to change as a result of all this, I suppose, is the fact that my 40k battle reports, and I appreciate they don't come up very regularly anyway, so, you know, it's not that big of a deal. Thankfully, I am not a YouTube channel that focuses entirely on doing 40k battle reports to make a living, because I feel really bad for those people right now, because it's going to be very hard indeed for them to actually do their jobs now. But luckily that's not the case for me. However, I do 40k battle reports, and I won't be able to for the foreseeable future until all of this is over, basically. Because people travelling to me to play games of 40k is not considered an essential reason to leave the house, unsurprisingly. So that's just not going to be a thing. I do have a couple of battle reports already recorded, the first two parts of a narrative campaign I've been filming with RedTooth. The plan originally for that was to actually film a bunch of it in advance and then release it on a fairly regular schedule, so you weren't waiting for like weeks in between episodes. However, now that we have no idea when we'll be recording episode 3 on account of the virus, I don't really know what to do with that. I may just release it anyway, and then you'll just have to wait a long time for episode 3, or I may decide to keep holding it back and wait until we can record again. I don't know. I haven't really decided what to do with that. I had been thinking about, prior to all this kicking off anyway, doing some other 40k type stuff, sort of vlogs and that kind of thing. Maybe not so much painting tutorials. I have had people ask me for that in the past, but I don't really fancy painting tutorials because they look like a real faff to film. But vlogs, looking at my miniature projects, what I've been working on, the different armies I've been working on, as well as doing more sort of the story videos and stuff, like the Wordbearers one and the Imperial Guard one, that sort of thing. As well as working on adding some bits and bobs to the Codex Acheron blog that I have, which has some of the background fluff for my armies on. Just as a little side hobby project of mine. So I'll think about trying to put together some stuff like that. Since I can't film actual battle reports now, I'll think of something else instead, maybe. But aside from that, Let's Plays and stuff, video game related stuff, that's all fine, really. There's no real change there. Aside from I'm temporarily not recording anything at the minute because I have this mouth ulcer, which is very sore, and it'll be gone in a couple of days. So it's no big deal. But right this second, recording anything's kind of a pain in the arse. Well, no, not really. A pain in the mouth, technically. But anyway, Morrowind Volume 3 finished recently, as I'm sure most of you are aware. Volume 4, aka Blood Moon, will begin relatively soon. I'm taking a little break in between to wrap up a few other bits at the moment, one of which was finishing Trespasser as well. We've finished Trespasser, and I'll be moving on to another retro 90s game to replace it. There are 3 games that I can think of that I would like to do. I don't know which one I'm going to do exactly right now, but I'll have to make a decision pretty soon, obviously, because I want to start filming that relatively soon and get that out there. But I'll be continuing the theme of old 90s games that I played when I was a young'un, when I was a sprog, and yeah, I'm not going to tell you which one it is or which ones they are yet, because I wanted to be a little bit of a surprise, but that's coming. I will be recording more Witcher, obviously, as soon as I can, and there'll be another new series thing I want to do as well. It'll be uploaded once a week. Hopefully every weekend, like every Sunday or something like that is the plan for this other thing that I'm planning, which I'm also not going to tell you what it is, because I want it to be a surprise also. But that'll be another new thing that'll be going up on a weekly basis as well, in addition to the other stuff. And, well, there you go. I don't think there's much else to say, just really updating people on where we stand with everything. How recent events are affecting me, which is the short version is not very much really actually at all, luckily. So yeah, more Morrowind will come soon. I don't want to put an exact date on it because I inevitably end up missing the date, and then I feel like I've let everyone down. So I don't like committing to anything I can absolutely sure of. It could be in a week, could be in 2 weeks, could be in 3 weeks, I don't know. I am keen to get started on Blood Moon and play that expansion again for the first time in flipping donkey's years, because the thing about Blood Moon is it's quite a high-level expansion. I think there are bits of it that will actually prove quite challenging for Fathis in terms of a character and his skill set and his stats and stuff like that, and just the level he is. I might be wrong, and I don't think it'll prove like difficult. Like I won't be sitting there swearing at the computer and reloading constantly, but it might prove a challenge because Blood Moon doesn't really scale to your level. It's a high-level expansion for high-level characters, and if you go there before you're a high-level character, you just get destroyed. So it should be fun. But because you require a high-level character to do it, I haven't actually played through the expansion very much. I think I might have completed it twice. Once when it came out, and then once a few years later on a second playthrough. But aside from that, I think that's the only times I've ever finished it, really. It's an interesting expansion, though. It's one of my favourites. It sort of has almost 2 main quests in it, which is kind of curious and interesting. It has one which is the proper main quest of Blood Moon. It has another one which is kind of a very, very, very long side quest, which is kind of interesting, which I actually mistook for the main quest. I we'll get into it when we actually play it, but it's quite easy. Oddly enough, it's quite easy to actually miss the main quest of Blood Moon. It's a strange one, but anyway. As a result of all this, though, I haven't played it very much, and I haven't played it in a very long time, so I'll be looking forward to playing it again for you guys. And once that's done, we'll obviously, it will continue. I foresee, planning vaguely ahead, we'll be doing Blood Moon, which will effectively be Volume 4. Then we will probably return to the mainland for at least a little bit, and then probably promptly bugger off to some of Tamriel Rebuilt, which may well end up being Volume 5. And then Volume 6 will probably be the end. Volume 6 is probably where we will actually complete the main quest and Tribunal. And finish it all. I suppose, Tribunal will probably be a separate volume. So actually, it'll be probably do Tribunal before I finish the main quest, and then the main quest will be finished in Volume 7, I suppose, now that I think about it. Yeah, that would work. So Volume 7 will probably be the end. But I considering we're still only just going into Volume 4, that does seem like a long way away, but I think going forward, a lot of the volumes coming up will be a lot shorter than the ones we've already had, is the thing. For one thing, I'm filming much more regularly now than I used to, and also, in length, number of episodes, they'll be much shorter as well, because all of Tribune, probably complete within about 20 episodes, I imagine, as opposed to Volume 1 and Volume 2 of Morrowind, which were both 60 episodes long each, which was huge. So anyway, I'm rambling now, and my mouth is starting to hurt because of the stupid fucking bastard. Stupid also. Why do these things have to exist? So annoying. Anyway, I don't have any Bonjela or something like that I can put on it. Is it Bonjela for mouth ulcers? I can't remember. That stuff you get that you can put on it, it's sort of minty flavored and never really seems to help very much. I don't have any, and lockdown means it's difficult to justify going out to get any. So yeah, well, whatever. Anyway, I'm running out of things to say, basically. But yes, basically business as usual, sort of, is the short version of all of that. Basically business as usual. Streams at random intervals whenever I manage to find the time for them. On random days, probably not scheduled even remotely, but usually during the daylight hours as opposed to late in the evenings as I previously used to do. As for videos and stuff, Morrowind coming soon, TM. And the new Let's Play to replace Trespasser coming soon, TM as well. Sooner, probably, actually. And an additional bonus series will be coming this weekend. I think I'll be starting it this weekend is my plan. This one coming up, but we'll see. Anyway. 40k is sort of just, I don't know, no more battle reports for the foreseeable future, unfortunately. It's kind of tricky as well, because the whole of Games Workshop was shut down as a result of this lockdown as well. Their stores have shut up, their factories have shut up, so they're not even doing online orders or anything. So I can't even get in new models and paints and stuff to actually work on much of my armies in the meantime either. I can work on whatever stuff I already have using whatever paints and glue I already have, more or less. Though I am trying to get a few bits from some third-party stores and stuff like that before they inevitably potentially close as well or just run out of stock. So anyway, strange and interesting times we live in. As the old curse goes, may you live in interesting times, and we unfortunately do seem to be living in interesting times at the moment, but never mind. It is what it is, and, we'll get through it. It can't last forever, can it? So, alright. Cheers, everybody, for listening. You'll be seeing me again relatively soon with probably... I don't know, actually. Either some Witcher or the first episode of the new Retro Let's Play. I think. One of the two. Within the next couple of days, I imagine. If you don't see me on a stream first. But aside from that, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to go now. And I'll catch you very soon. Toodaloo.